Good morning, everybody. This is Tanetta. I'm coming to you with the video of the day. I actually haven't done a live in about a week and a half, I think. But I did want to come to you this morning because I'm trying to get back into the groove with everything else that was going on. Trying to get back into the groove and trying to restart my live videos again as well. But I titled this video, this live, "Planning for Your Death." And yes, I meant death, like isn't demise death. The reason why I labeled this video this, I actually work for a home healthcare company here in St. Louis. And I went to a training last week, training/networking meeting, I guess you can say, last week. And it was about palliative care, hospice, planning for your death, and things like that. Some things that I had never even thought about, actually. And the lady was talking about as far as how we plan for, of course, our birthday parties. We plan for months and trying to figure out where this place, I guess, where we're going to have our party. And then we plan for our weddings, how like years in advance, and trying to get the decorations and all these things and the dresses and all these kind of things. But we never plan for our death. I can't say it's 100% everybody, but I know there are some people out there who do, of course, have life insurance policies, who do have wills, and who have talked to their family about what they want to happen up on when they do pass away. But like I said, majority of the people, especially the ones that I know as well, we haven't planned for our death at all, and that's including myself as well. Yes, I may have said that I wanted to be cremated or have a funeral or whatever the case may be, but of course, does your family and does your friends and do those close to you know what you want? So that's why I labeled this video "Planning Your Death." And like I said, a lot of people I know don't want to talk about death, don't want to talk about dying, but it's going to happen to all of us at some point. We don't know when, of course. I mean, that's up to the higher powers that be when that's going to occur. But like I said, most of us don't plan for our death in the way that we plan for our fun parties and events and all those kind of things. And I know I know it's me. I'm sure it's other people as well, because I have seen people talk about it on their lives and like on their posts and stuff like that on Facebook and other social media. But as far as planning for your death, or not planning for your death, I guess I put it that way. I see a lot of, especially with our youth and stuff like that, who are killed and murdered and things going on. Nobody has insurance policy. People are trying to raise money on, I don't know, I forgot the thing. Those sites like that you raise money on, I forgot the name of the sites, but people are trying to raise money then when the person dies and don't know what the person wanted, can't find suits, the person didn't have a suit, all these things going on, or a dress or whatever the case may be. But when I went to this training last week, that really brought things into perspective for me. And like I said, I really want to just share this with you all this morning, just to get you all in the mode of thinking about planning for your death and what's going to happen. Who do you want to plan that? What kind of outfit you want to wear? All those kind of things, like we plan for our other parties. Like I said, I know death is not a party, you can say, but I mean, that is something serious that we all do need to take into consideration, and of course plan for. Like I said, most of us, not most of us, whoever the people, so I guess some of us get to, of course, our death date. We don't have any insurance. We don't have this. We don't have that. Like I said, if we take those small, simple steps right now and go ahead and start planning for those things, you can, of course, have all those things taken care of once you do pass away. Of course, you won't know, I guess I put it that way in a sense, but at least your family and your loved ones would know exactly what you wanted, how you wanted to be buried or cremated, or what kind of outfit you wanted to wear, what kind of party or repast you wanted to have, all those things. What cemetery you wanted to go to, what funeral home you wanted to go to, if that place is still in existence at that time. But like I said, we really need to get on these things, people. I know nobody wants to talk about death because it's so depressing and things like that, but like I said in the beginning, it's going to happen to all of us, and there's no better way to start planning than now. And she talked about at this networking event or training about how her family gets together, of course, like for holidays and parties and stuff like that, and that's when they usually always go ahead and talk to each other about their plans upon death, whether they have a will, what their insurance policies are, what they want to happen when they do die, whether they want to donate their body to science or donate their organs or whatever the case may be. Like I said, that's when she said they talk about what her family and her friends talk about death and dying and what they want to happen with their body once they do expire. So like I said, I know 4th of July is coming up this Wednesday. I was going to say this week, but it is this Wednesday. And that'll be a good time if you all want to start talking about having those hard conversations. I know I talked about this in my last video, actually, about a week and a half ago, I think, about asking those hard questions for yourself. And this is one of those hard questions everybody's going to have to, well, not everybody if you don't want to face it and don't want to think about it right now, but I would suggest that you do. But like I said, this is one of those hard questions that you should definitely be thinking about, as far as what you want to happen to your body upon your death. And thank you, Gary. Good morning. Thank you for tuning in as well. But like I said, I know these are hard things to go over. But like I said, it must be done, especially if you want to be buried with dignity and to want everything to be in place for yourself and for your family, and not leaving your family with bills and debt and all these things going on. So like I said, definitely make sure that you're trying to plan those things at this time, especially with how, like I said, 4th of July is coming up. It shouldn't take you about 5 or 10 minutes just to talk to your family about what you want upon your death, or we want to save it for Thanksgiving, go ahead and do it then. But if you all are going to be together then. But like I said, as far as planning for your death, we all need to start doing that a lot better. And like I said, this networking event, training, whatever you want to call it, opened my eyes to a lot of those things last week. Because I had not, I of course know what I want, those kind of things, but my family, a few may know what I want, but I hadn't really made that clear, so I put it that way. So, which I will be doing that very soon, actually. And at this training, I'm gonna have to look down and read this, but she gave us this thing called 5 wishes. My 5 wishes for, of course, when I die and those kind of things, or if I become incapacitated where I can't speak, you're in a coma or those kind of things. Do you want to be resuscitated and all those kind of things? All those kind of things come into play when you're talking about death and dying. But like I said, she gave us this booklet, and I'll post a link to it later on once I get to work this morning. But it's called 5 Wishes. And I'm going to have to actually read these to you all, because it says it's my wish for. And like I said, it's a booklet. I can show you this here. It's a booklet that she gave us. If you can, I don't know how to flip that around, but it's a booklet that she gave us. And it's talking about your wishes for what you want upon, like I said, your death and your demise. And I had never even heard about this before until last week. So I do have a copy, and there is a place that you can also order more copies if you want, for your family, for your kids, and all those kind of things as well. Because it's not just for adults, of course. Kids pass away, kids expire as well, and we need to be prepared for those things, not just waiting until the last moment. Not, like I said, not having the money to bury somebody, or don't know what the person actually wanted as far as clothing wise, all those things. We have to think about those things. And good morning, Sharitha. Thank you for tuning in. And I'm actually about to read these 5 wishes for, I guess, like I said, once upon your death, what you want, those kind of things. It said, my 5 wishes, my wish for, and it says the first one, the person I want to make my healthcare decisions for me when I can't. So, of course, that means that the person, you have to designate a person, write that in this book as well. And like I said, I will post a link later on. So you're writing all this information in this book, who you want who the person is that you want to make healthcare decisions for you when you can no longer speak, talk, you're in a coma, those kind of things. The second question is the kind of medical treatment I want or don't want. This is talking about, of course, whether you want, like I said before, whether you have a DNR to do not resuscitate me when I'm in a coma, or something's going on, or I guess you're in cardiac arrest, or those kind of things. Do you not want to be resuscitated, or do you want to be resuscitated? Do you want to go on life support, or do you not want to go on life support? Do you want to have hospice? Do not want to have hospice? Like I said, these are things that we all have to start thinking about. In this book, you can actually write this entire plan out, from the person that you want to everything, all the specifics in this book, actually. And let me see how many pages this is. I don't even think I mentioned that. Let me see. It's about 10 pages, I think. The third question is, how comfortable do I want to be? Meaning that, do you want, because my mother was on hospice back in 98, before she passed from cervical cancer. So as far as comfortable, she of course she did one hospice. She did have, of course, like the morphine, like medications to make her comfortable and those kind of things. So like I said, that's some of the things you have to think about as well. Not saying that you have cancer today or that kind of thing at all, but if it runs in your family, or if that's something that you've just been diagnosed with, like I said, you have to think about those. I know it's hard to think about, but we want to make sure, or at least in my eyes, attending this training, attending this networking event, it made me realize all the things that I had never thought about. As far as, I've been through it, as far as seeing people die and at the hospital and going through the life insurance and all those things, but we never actually planned those things. That was just whenever it happened, we just start planning it then. And we all know that when a death happens, we're all usually can't think straight. We're in a frantic, crying, upset. All those kind of emotions are coming through, and we can't usually think really well that first few days or whatnot. So, like I said, having all this stuff written down from whoever it is, whether it's you and your loved ones, hopefully it's everybody. So you all will just pick up the book, go do whatever it says, and take it to wherever you need to take it to, and not worry about all the fine details, because they're already written down for you. Let me see. I'm with the fourth question. How do I want people to treat me? And she talked about that because she was saying that as far as her family, people she had passed away and that kind of thing as well, having people treat her in a certain way. Whether you want people to treat you like you are, of course, dying and those kind of things, or if you still want people to, of course, play music around you and still have fun and laugh and those kind of things that keep you happy. Like I said, those are kind of things you have to think about as well. And the last question is what I want my loved ones to know upon my death. So, of course, I know a lot of us have, of course, secrets, dark secrets, or whatever the case may be, but there's a lot of things that when because I've talked to, of course, like I said, I've had people who are in the hospital dying and those kind of things, and want to, of course, tell you things at the not the last moment, but I mean when they're dying, when they're on their deathbed, that kind of thing. And this book, like I said, when you're writing all this stuff in there, that'll give your family, your friends, some things that they may not have known about you that you want them, I guess, that you want to share with them. Whether it's, I don't know, a marriage that you kept secret, I don't know, or whether how much you love them or how much you want them to all get along upon your death and work out their issues and how to stop those generational curses. Like I said, there's all kind of things that you may want your family to know upon your death, but this book is a great way to write that stuff in there so you can go ahead and have all that written down. So upon your death, they can all read through it. Everybody can, of course, talk about it, discuss it, whatever the case may be. And she also talked about those who may want to be cremated, as far as where they want their ashes to go, and whether some people, I know it's illegal some places, but to dump ashes in different places, but people still do anyway. But like I said, you can let your family know, friends know, your loved ones know what you want, as far as that goes as well, if that's what you're wanting. So like I said, that's the 5 wishes. I know it goes more in depth inside of this book, of course, but like I said, I will post the link to this later on. But like I said, these are definitely things that people that opened my eyes last week when I went to this training and this networking event about death and dying, hospice and palliative care that I had never thought about. Like I said, I've been through many funerals, a lot of funerals, at least 50, I would say, at least anyway. From those being murdered and killed to those dying of natural causes and to those dying of different illnesses and whatnot. So like I said, this opened my eyes to a lot of things to think about and to also share with my own family. And I will be sharing this on 4th of July with them as well. I guess for those who want to listen, because like I said, I know people don't want to really talk about death and that kind of thing, but this is a must for us people if we really want to be buried or cremated with dignity upon our death and not leave our families in frantic mode, running around trying to figure out what the hell dress we wanted to wear or what suit you wanted to put on or what funeral home to call, all these kind of things, where your life insurance policy is, where your will is, who's going to take your property and all these kind of things. I'm sure you don't want the city or the state stepping in to take all those things and to bury you in with whatever kind of, I guess, in a pine box or however they call it. But like I said, this way you'll make sure that you have all your ducks in a row. You make sure that you know where you want to go as far as funeral home, whether you want hospice, whether you want to be resuscitated, all these kind of things. Like I said, where your insurance policy is, so people can know what those things are. I know we don't want to talk about it, but like I said, we definitely have to talk about it in these days and times with all this stuff that's going on. I'm going to do a video about term like life insurance policies and stuff like that. It won't be this week, but I will definitely talk about that in the next few weeks actually, so people can know, of course, what's the best kind of policy, whether it's term or whole life, or what they mean. And I'll try to see if I can have a guest or somebody to talk about that as well. But like I said, these are things that we definitely need to think about, especially with all the stuff that's going on. And actually, just not with all the stuff going on, but just to make sure that your family knows what you want upon your death. And I'm not suicidal or anything like that, you all, but like I said, this video came from a training that I went to last week, a networking event that I went to last week that talked about death and dying. So like I said, I will post a link to this 5 wishes. I guess it's a book catalog. I don't know what it's called, but they have a family package as well. I'm looking at this, and they have a DVD as well too. I'm not sure if it costs, but she gave us these for free, so I'm not sure if it costs or not. But like I said, I will post all that information later on. And just keep in mind, she did let us know, let me see if I can find it. She did let us know that sometimes the hospitals in different states won't, of course, recognize this, but this is mainly for your family, so they can know what you want to have done upon your death, and what you want to have done when you can no longer speak, you're in a coma, you're on life support and those kind of things. So how long to keep you on there and all those things. So like I said, I will post that for you all later on. And I want to thank you all for watching again. Let me see. Gary, Sharitha, and yes, Live Masters do rock. You're right, Sharitha. I hope you're having a good morning, a good day. Frida, Royce, and Corey, thank you all for watching and tuning in. And if you all want to, or you feel free, I guess, to of course share this video. Like I said, this came to me because of the networking event and the training I went to last week about planning your death and hospice and palliative care and those kind of things. And I think we all need to get in that mode of starting to talk about these things. So, and I'm going to start bringing some more videos to you like this. I know these are hard topics, but like I said in the last video I did about a week and a half ago, we have to start asking ourselves those hard questions and start working through these things so everybody can know what we want, and so we can also know what we want as well out of life as well. So like I said, I'm going to get my butt off here because I have to go get my lunch for work today. So everybody enjoy, and for those who watch the replay, do feel free to share this video as well with your friends and family. And please take it upon yourself to, like I said, I know the 4th of July is coming up, so hopefully everybody's getting together with their family and friends or whoever you're getting together with, significant people in your life. Make sure that you all are starting trying to discuss these things so they can know how important it is to you, and so they can know what you're wanting upon, like I said, upon your death and your demise. So everybody, I know this was a drab topic, but of course, still have a good day and do think about these things, people. And I love you all, and everybody take care.